You've got all 5 soul fragments you needed to find for Dodge. You should head to Saz's place at once.
I'd like to think this will help Dodge.
On va vous dire que non en fait.
This is Lumina we're talking about.
It may be best not to get your hopes up.
But for Saz, this is his last and only hope. He can't even smile anymore. He's got nothing left in him. If I take this away too, he may not survive. I don't know if I could take that.
Encore du carburant. Du carburant dans le sable, moi. Je suis bloqué. Sa vision est basée sur le mouvement. Il sait que je suis là. C'est 4, c'est ça qu'il faut. Attention. Oh, il part. Vas-y, enfuis-toi. Oh, je vais m'éloigner tout doucement. Il a des pops. Parfait. Pile poil, hein, franchement. C'est du désert. Rien que ça.
Hey, you. Yeah, you there. Don't you think the last of something seems a bit more special? More valuable, even?
Not necessarily. Could just be the leftovers that no one else wanted.
You just don't get it. I guess I have to explain to you the awesomeness of my research, then.
No, you really don't. But thanks anyway.
Wait. This is your last chance. Are you sure you want to miss out on your chance to hear the last researcher?
Sa barbe, elle est immobile.
I've seen plenty of researchers.
No, I research lasts. Everything has to end sometime, right? Even us ageless humans, we still fall prey to illness and injury. Eventually, there will be a last of us.
Ça se voit que c'est une postiche. Elle a accroché ici à sa moustache et
But what do you want from
quand il
me?
parle, elle bouge pas.
I've spent this endless life of mine researching the ends of all the many things in our world. And now, I'm researching the last of the monsters.
So you're studying how they die?
No, that'd be their last moments. I meant the last specimen of a species of monsters.
I don't follow.
You see, you reduce the number of specimens in a species until they're on the very verge of extinction. Then, what will happen to the last individual?
One lone survivor in the face of extinction.
Ah, il est vénère.
Turns out, the last individual receives the collective strength of its species and it transforms. Its form.
Alors en vrai, ça marche pas comme ça, hein, d'ailleurs.
Light, and it becomes far stronger than is normal for an individual of its kind. I've come to call this the last one syndrome. I must gather data on all the species that manifest a last one. I want to drive every last species of monster to the brink of extinction and study their survivors.
Et comme ça, il y aura plus d'espèces dans le monde.
Or slap you. You want to wipe out all the monsters in the world.
The world is ending anyway, right? Everything is going to die sooner or later, so what's wrong with speeding things up? No need to feel bad. Get out there and start killing.
Are you talking to me?
I need someone to start exterminating monsters fast, so I can study as many last ones as possible. You're obviously strong enough for the task, so get to it.
It's impossible. All the time in the world would not be enough to hunt a species into extinction.
Je suis d'accord.
Yes, you're right. You'd have to be able to live through this life countless times to do such a thing.
Why ask if you know it's impossible?
Like I said, the world is ending anyway. If you don't ask for what you want now, then when will you? I knew it was too much to hope for. But somehow when I saw you, I thought you might actually be capable of it.
Do you even listen to yourself?
Bon, je la prends, mais c'est pour la forme. Hein. Je vais pas la faire.
Fine. Since you asked, I guess I can at least try. But no promises.
I know you'll be able to do it. I can see it in your eyes. You'll come back to me a success.
Non. contre, je peux te dire que j'en ai tué plusieurs. Mais ça, tu t'en fous. Un pompo se barre. Ah, ça doit être marrant, eux, de faire l'extinction de Pampa. Alors, on va visiter ça et après on va monter. Hein. L'examination de Pampa permet de récupérer un max de sous pour la fin du jeu. Peut-être. Ça changera au fait que ça doit pas être très fun. Yay! Secret de Pampa Fro. Ah bah je suis super content maintenant que j'ai éteint la race. Putain, je regardais pas où j'allais. On a frôlé un danger diplomatique là. Non, c'est pas ça. On a affronté jusqu'à 5 en même temps, ça va. Après là, ça dépend de ta chance du coup, je suppose. Mais y a que ça dans ce putain de désert de mort? Je veux mort. Oh ça, get out of here. L'avantage de farm les oméga, c'est que ça te permet d'optimiser tes équipements pour affronter les gros mobs. Ouais, peut-être. Super potion. Dans les dunes de la mort, c'est vrai.
There's at least one settlement here in the desert. Hopefully, you'll be able to rest up there. But it seems like it's the bandits' base. They may not exactly welcome a stranger like you.
Well, considering how they've been tracking me, I don't think I'll need to introduce myself.
So, you noticed. Yes, it looks as though they've been keeping an eye on you ever since you stepped foot in their desert.
Let him. We'll meet face to face soon enough.
Je chope des accessoires. La clé de désert que t'as récupérée, c'est pour l'une des portes avec Chocoline. D'accord, oui. C'est ça qu'il me faut pour le chocobogre. Parfait. La perle irisée. J'aime beaucoup. Garde absorbante. Permet de gagner 1% de PV au chaque attaque parée grâce à la garde. C'est nul, 1%. Non mais les portes... Enfin, je m'en tape de cette quête, c'est... pas super intéressant.
The bandit settlement is just over there. You've had to take quite the long way around, haven't you? If it weren't for that sandstorm, you would have been here in no time.
Ah bah ça brille. Ça doit être du carburant. Ou alors, une loupe.
Isn't this the kind of magnifying glass that appraisers use? It looks like it's pretty worn.
It does look rather old, but it seems like it's been taken good care of.
Ça va. m'attendais à une animation et en fait... ça fait longtemps que je l'ai pas paré celle-là. Maintenant que t'as tué un pteroglodon, te paraît super facile. Non? Loin de là. Voile de fée. Est-ce qu'on récupère des points de pouvoir quand on dort, genre, on va dire dans une auberge? Ruffian.
You're nearly to the settlement now. I'm sure that you're looking forward to a bit of rest. But I wouldn't let your guard down if I were you. I would guess that everyone living there is part of the bandit gang.
Le Bandy Gang.
So don't be surprised
Nope.
if I wake up at knife point, is that it? Fine by me. It'd give me an excuse to beat some information out of them.
You'd use yourself as bait?
I don't.
Ah bah salut Tobias. Salut, j'ai entendu beaucoup de bien de toi. Pareil, tu es un marchand aguerri.
Hey, what's with the sourpuss? You don't have a complaint about my fine assortment now, do you?
It's good enough, I suppose.
Go on! I don't need some uppity tourists making demands. Go somewhere else if you don't like my wares. Go on, get!
If you insist, I will. You're not the only merchant around.
That's where you're wrong, Missy. Far as I know, this is the only shop in the desert. There was one other fella, but he couldn't cut it. Lost all his drive to sell out here. When that happens, well, that's the same as death to a salesman.
So, what made him give up?
Damn fool. He bet his dreams on the desert, that's what. Poor old Ramon. He thought he'd make a real name for himself out here, selling to adventurers. But in the end, he lost sight of his dream and his business.
Sounds good for you, though he doesn't seem like he was much of a rival anyway.
Shut it! You don't know the first thing about him!
Didn't mean to offend you. What's there to get so worked up about anyway?
Nothing. Not a damn thing. It's just like you say. He was nothing at all. It's not like he'd ever been a threat to my business anyway. No, not Ramon. I'm done talking about him. If you want to know more, ask him yourself. You'll find him near that old camp in the giant sandbox.
He was a pretty strange guy, wasn't he? But if he's really the only merchant around like he says, then I guess you'll have to count on him for help. Unless, of course, you want to find out for yourself about that Ramon fellow.
Ok. Juste 2 secondes. Alors, tiens, petite anecdote sur Ecodid. J'ai malheureusement cassé mon casque durant le visionnage de 358 sur The Days. Je me suis levé pour aller chercher des chips. Le câble était emmêlé à ma jambe. Rip le casque, du coup, pour Ecodid, pas le choix écouteur. J'ai eu un problème un peu similaire, mais il n'y avait pas de chips incriminés. Je ne savais pas qu'à l'ère moderne du jeu vidéo, il y a des jeux qui sortent sans paramètres audio, surtout quand on s'appelle 1,5 plus 2,5 Final Mix, et malheureusement le son du jeu était trop fort. Me mettre des boulettes de papier dans les oreilles pendant 3 heures sous peine de perdre des points d'audition ne m'a pas fait rire. Bonne question, quel commerçant veut aider son concurrent? C'est vrai, c'est une idée à la con. Je reviens, parce que je dois aller aux toilettes depuis environ 1 heure. Du coup, je pense que c'est le bon moment. Je reviens tout de suite. Et du coup, on est reparti. Donc.
I've been surveying the desert all these long years. But I have been completely flummoxed by those cursed tablets.
Ah bah j'en ai une. Ah.
Unusual to see a traveler around these parts. This is Ruffian, the only settlement in the desert. It used to be a real town once, but most people have gone and given up on the bandit life. We're all that's left.
Mais en vrai, attendez, parce que on est d'accord, il y a que 4 villes au monde restantes. Parmi ces 4 villes, il y en a une, c'est que du désert et un petit village paumé en plein milieu. Ça veut dire que tout est réparti dans ces 3 villes. Et il n'y a pas non plus full. C'est pas Il y a un peu de gens, mais c'est censé être la fin du monde et les 3 dernières villes restantes, quoi. Il reste plus beaucoup de monde sur Terre. C'est un peu chaud, là. Il y en a plus que ça. Ah bon? C'est pas ce qu'ils avaient dit au début,
The
hein.
buildings here are ancient structures from another age. I don't know whether to call this a town or a fortress, but it's definitely unique.
I'd say definitely criminal is closer. At least there's not much of a dress code, other than looking like a thief.
Where'd you come from? You're not one of those sneaks from the Order, are you?
Well, huh. Would it really matter if I were?
No. I'm not gonna tell you a thing either way, so you might as well move on.
Guess I should have known better than to ask some lowly grunt. You're no help to me. Where's the boss?
If you think you're gonna get to meet our boss, you'd better learn to ask nicely.
Did I hurt your feelings? Excuse me, but would you do me the great honor of showing me the way to your boss? Please.
I don't have no help to spare for strangers. Find the boss yourself.
Dommage. Les terres sauvages, il y en a plus. C'est des hameaux dans les terres sauvages. Il y en a plus. Il y en a plus, je sais pas. Apoltae, le village de machin. Oui, oui, non, mais ok, mais ça reste très peu pour la fin du monde. Et c'est censé représenter tous les, entre guillemets, tous les habitants restants. Donc, les 4 zones, la Luxérion, les dunes, les plaines et les terres sauvages et les Yusnan, c'est censé être les dernières villes, quoi. Dernières zones, si tu préfères.
So you're the new seed hunter, huh? The job isn't easy,
Ouais, je veux bien que ce soit la fin du monde, mais
But seeing you're out here in the land of outlaws and bandits, I'm guessing you can hold your own. Once you've got your hands on some soul seeds, track one of us down. We pay good money for them, don't you worry. And then we sell them to rich folks to make a huge profit. It's win-win. Looks like you had yourself a nice job out. So, everyone knows that in this world, new life isn't born anymore.
ouais.
But chaos gives birth to monsters, and plants and animals still flourish. It's just mankind that has stopped reproducing. We're the only ones kicked out of the circle of life.
Ça n'a aucun
The
sens.
scientist couple who suddenly got it into their heads to change the world's natural ways. They figured they could use the soul seeds to create new human life. Their experiment was a rather simple one. They filled a jar with amniotic fluid and tried to make a baby. Well, a homunculus to be exact. What were they thinking, huh? They managed to create life, but it wasn't anything human. Not even close. The monstrosity killed the man. The woman managed to survive, but just barely. They went against God and his ways, and that was their punishment. Plain and simple. You can find the woman in these parts sometimes. She's no scientist anymore, though. I think her name was Mal, or something like that.
Marle. C'est toi?
Only the four of us are
T'es conne?
It appears that you aren't one of those secutors from the Order. The secutors are the greatest rivals that this gang has. Not that either side is particularly close to getting the Holy Clavis anytime soon. They'll never get it if they can't get that door unsealed.
What's this? A tourist, eh? If you really want to get any of us to talk, you better go see Adonis first.
Non, dernier.
So, what are you...
Une tequila de pampa, s'il vous plaît. Merci. Ok. Ouais, donc elle est complètement folle. Mais ça n'a aucun sens par contre, hein. Parce qu'on a eu la justification officielle de pourquoi il n'y a plus de bébés, il n'y a plus de natalité. Et là on nous dit, alors non, en fait, ça marche que pour les humains. Les animaux et les plantes, c'est pas pareil. Parce qu'en fait, comment vous dire, les animaux, ils ont pas d'âme en fait. Ou alors c'est un autre service, c'est pas le nôtre, et eux, ils sont pas en grève. Donc c'est ok. Et là, elle te sort Marle. Non, je s'appelle Groot.
That
That kid
Pourquoi
just
pas?
gives you the creeps. You know what I mean? He first came here to the desert with his folks.
Shut up.
What are you doing?
Nothing much. Just gilling my sputs for hall to ear. Dutter do Ewing, wum-ass.
Hope, can you interpret this for me?
It seems to me like it's some kind of code or cipher, but I don't have enough data yet to break it.
Can't you speak normally?
Show nit. Of course I can. Look, I don't have any info about any treasure, if that's what you're looking for. I've got no interest in it. Buffad to you.
Doesn't seem like many people choose to live out here unless they're after treasure. So, what's your story?
Meave be Lee. The world's going to end soon anyway, right? If that's the case, what's the point in having dreams or working hard?
So, sitting around waiting for the end was the best idea you could come up with. Nice way to spend your last days.
Well, yeah, it's boring, but nothing I do now makes any sort of difference anyway, so why bother? No matter how much I might unravel mysteries of the past, none of these bandits care. They don't even listen to my findings. Troen even nice to understand.
I get that it's hard to stay motivated when no one appreciates what you do.
I'd say so. If you get it, why are you giving me a hard time? Just leave me alone. I'm done with all of it. I ditched all my equipment in the desert. If you find any of my old things, they're yours. Take them away with you.
I think I may just do that. They deserve better than getting tossed aside by some sulking, spoiled kid.
Bah non, c'est le seul réaliste en fait.
Speaking of equipment, didn't you pick up some sort of tool in the desert before?
Oui.
What is it? Don't tell me you actually found something.
Is this it? What you threw away?
How did you... Dad's loop?
Dad?
Never mind that. Just give it back to me. Now!
You want it back? Who was it that told me I was welcome to whatever I could find? I'm not sure I want to give it up.
Fine. I'll talk if I have to. My dad was a great bandit, okay? But he was also a great appraiser. He spent his whole life studying the relics in these ruins.
So he wanted
Heureusement que tu l'as trouvé
follow
avant,
his
grave.
footsteps.
No, it wasn't like that. Not at all. He taught me everything he knew so that I could become a scholar. He wanted me to be able to unravel the mysteries of the past. But then he disappeared. Never made it home. No one ever found any clue as to what happened. He left me, and took my only chance at becoming a scholar with him. Didn't have much choice. I could appraise or starve.
Is that why you threw away his tools? In order to spite your father?
It was stupid. I was stupid. I should have just done what my dad wanted and kept working to be a real scholar. But he's gone, and it's too late now. This world is nearly done for. But if I'm ever reborn, I promise I'll take things a bit more seriously. I'll give it my all. I'll study hard, and I'll become a great scholar and solve all kinds of mysteries. Or maybe that's too much to ask for.
You should dream big, and the first step to making your dream come true is believing it can come true.
Super. Et boum. Une âme gratos. Aussitôt je prends la quête, aussitôt elle est finie. Bim bam boum. Wesh, vous êtes le chef ici.
Why, hello. Looks like it's your first time to our humble home. Welcome. Do you need a guide?
That's exactly what I need. That and some answers to a few questions I have.
A woman who knows what she wants. Fire away and I'll do my best.
Rumor has it that you bandits might be able to tell me about the Holy Clavis.
So you know who we are. From what I can tell, you don't look like one of those order lackeys, so what possible use could you have for the Clavis?
Why should I have to tell you that?
You shouldn't, and you don't. You're not one of us, so you can do whatever you want, but I won't be telling you nothing. If you want to know what we know about the Clavis, you'll just have to join our gang, Monoculus. Have you ever wanted to be a bandit? Now's your chance. Not that we let just anyone join us. But we'll at least let you try out. If you don't like that, then I think you know where the exit is. And that's all I've got to say about this. Name's Adonis, by the way. If you want to attempt the trial, just say the word. I'll explain everything you need to know.
Alors qu'on m'a demandé de reparler.
If you want to find the Holy Clavis, it looks like there might not be much choice but joining up. I suggest talking to Adonis and finding out what is...
If I want to make my dreams come true, I've got to be at least a better appraiser than my father was. I know that's what he would have wanted, too. If you find any treasures in the ruins or out in the desert, please bring them to me to be appraised.
Ah oui, d'accord.
To appraise anything odd for you?
Tous les trucs que... ouais, les noms expertisés. Oh, un crux, de la poussière, des médailles.
Now this is valuable. You'll be able...
Oh bah ouais, merci.
The bandits of this desert have been exploring the ruins for many years.
That kid Elmer seems a lot.
Ouais, il va mieux. Merci, Crodon.
You ready to see if you've got what it takes to join Monoculus?
Non.
Then you know where the exit is.
Avant, je
I
veux
don't feel
fouiller.
right asking you to join a bandit gang, but you will need their help if you want to explore the ruins. The bandits are clever, and they're protective. They'll be watching you. I wonder who's in control around
Ok, maintenant je suis prêt.
You ready to see if you... Oh, made your decision, have you? Then let me explain what you'll have to do. There's a giant sandstorm in the desert. You've seen it, right?
Ouais, ouais,
It's been
ouais.
causing us nothing but grief out here, to say
Ouais,
the
ouais,
least.
ouais.
Make it stop. That's your test. Off you go.
Make it stop? The wind? Do you want a bandit or a holy woman?
Oh, fine. Make me explain it all. Look, that thing's not exactly natural. People call it God's wrath. It's magic or a curse or something. If you can trigger the stone monument near it, you should be able to control it, including making it go away.
If you know that, why haven't you taken care of it, instead of asking a stranger?
What, you think a human can control the weather? That's just crazy talk. Now go and give it your all. Best of luck. Beat the monster near the stone monument, and you'll get the key that activates it. And that's the last freebie you'll get from me.
Ouais.
So if you want into the bandit gang, you'll have to defeat a monster, get a certain key, and somehow use that monument to stop God's wrath.
Hearing what Adonis had to say about it didn't sound like anything a normal person could do.
You're right, it's not a very fair trial. But then again, you are the savior. Doing what regular people can't comes with the job, right?
C'est marrant parce que là, du coup, ça s'appelle lire céleste. Non, lire. Je sais plus quoi. Non, c'est lire. C'est écrit, non? Sur la map. C'est écrit. Lire divine. C'est ça. C'est lire divine et dans Final Fantasy XII, il y a une impulsion de H qui s'appelle Ir Céleste. Voilà, c'est juste pour l'anecdote. Ça n'apporte absolument rien comme information. Et juste comme ça, vous le savez. Un bandana de corsaire. Waouh! Il n'est pas censé y avoir un truc pour contrôler par l'autre côté, c'est ça. Je pense qu'un humain peut contrôler la météo, il y a 1050 ans ça se faisait. On sait pas exactement quand est-ce que c'était les terres sauvages de FF13-2. Du coup, c'est encore plus vieux peut-être. Oh.
What do you think you're doing, blundering around here and interrupting my precious sleep? You lost or something?
Just looking for a story. I hear that you once had big dreams of striking it rich.
Ah oui, c'est vrai.
Whatever dreams
Dans
I
FF13
had
aussi.
have
Ouais.
been lost under the sands.
Then why stay? Why stick it out in the desert?
I owe it to my wife. She's gone now, but the one thing she valued more than her own life is still out there in that desert. If I could just get it back, I'd be gone from here and never look back.
What could be so important?
Her arithmometer. Back when she was alive, back when we still had our shop, my wife was in charge of keeping the books. I never was good at numbers. But my wife, Monica, she lived by that arithmometer. We're gonna have great sales this month. Next month will be the one for us. Plugging numbers into that silly thing of hers. All with the most joyous smile you've ever seen. That smile of hers. That was my real treasure. And then one day those monsters stole my treasure away from me. Everything ended. My business, my life. I lost Monica and her smile. Now the only wares I have to sell to anyone are regret and despair.
I see.
J'en achète.
I'm sorry. Do you really think you'll be able to move on if you find your wife's memento, though?
Sure as the desert's dry. If I could just find that arithmometer for her, I'd be done with this place in a heartbeat.
You should consider looking for that arithmometer. Help Ramon move on, and you might be able to save him. But Ramon's been looking all this time and never found it. It seems it won't be easy to get back.
On en parle de la musique? Ouais. Désolé de bailler un peu, hein, mais j'ai encore une fois dormi 4 heures cette nuit. Il est où le chanteur? Il est resté avec sa guitare au café. Je me souviens pas de cette OST. Un peu particulier. Ah oui! Ça donne 2 points de pouvoir, ça.
I think that must be it. Adonis's monster. The question is, does it have the key?
Let's hope that it does. But I'll have to beat it to find out. And now I get to be a bandit, too. Tough customer.
Ouais, où ton excuse de pas streamer parce que j'avais dormi 4 heures aussi? Que là je me sens un peu plus en forme. Allez, allez. Non. T'as 8 heures de sommeil en retard, en cumulé. Du stream le deuxième soir plutôt que le premier. Que le premier, je m'étais... J'avais pris plein de trucs pour tenir la journée. Et...
crux and supposed to fit right into the monument and switch it on somehow.
Et je sais, j'ai déjà arrêté une tornade.
According to all the tales, only those chosen by God can make them work.
It doesn't seem dangerous. I think it's just reacting to your power.
But don't tell me, you can actually make it work?
Ouais, tout ce cinéma, la première fois, c'était pas comme ça. Hein.
Well, shoot. I never thought you'd be able to do it. So you're the real deal. You actually got the crux to do its thing. Guess the boss was right. As usual, you've got some strange kind of power that the rest of us just don't.
Your boss? I don't remember being introduced.
You haven't, but we've been keeping tabs on you ever since you stepped off the train at the station. But I suppose I should let the boss explain the rest in person. Because, honestly,
Allez.
I don't want to get blamed for spilling the wrong things.
Je crois savoir qui c'est, vu que de toute façon c'est la seule personne qu'on n'a pas vue et que...
I said the boss will explain in
On a vu tous les autres.
You think just anyone gets in to see her? Welcome to the gang. You are now officially part of Monoculus.
D'ailleurs, t'as pas parlé à pour la quête
Light,
principale, ouais.
you've stopped the winds and opened up a new route. This will make for a great shortcut to the bandit settlement. It looks like Adonis wasted no time in using your new shortcut. Why don't you follow his lead and head back to meet the bandit boss?
Mais
The bandit
Non mais en vrai, à quoi ça sert? On peut se TP avec les pampas. On s'en fout de cette route.
gang's watching you from the very beginning. It seems like they were just waiting for the right time to talk to you. So the leader of the Monoculus gang saw through to your true power. It looks like you might still have some challenges ahead of you, Light.
Très bien, très bien, très bien. Très bien, très bien. Par là, putain. Faut que je reprenne un petit... Un petit pampa... C'est qui la pampa?
I remember when there used to be treasure.
Soit.
Good job again on the trial. Impressive. You ready to go meet the boss now?
Oui. Oui. Allez, boum, une petite âme. Et là, c'est Nora. Oh, what a surprise! Oh là là! C'est étonnant.
Here she is, boss. The new recruit with the crazy powers. It was just like you said, the crux lit up like a candle.
Perfect timing. Huh? Glad you could make it. Took you long enough, didn't it?
Fang.
What? No hugs and tears for an old friend? Not like I'd expected, though. If you'd shouted Fang and hugged me, I might have had a heart attack on the spot.
Yeah, you guys know each other.
But I'm glad to see you're still the same. It's been a long time, after all. Though I guess a part of you has changed. You're more than just human now. You're on a mission from God now. Right, Savior?
So you know who I am.
Isn't it nice not having to explain things? Yeah, I heard all the stories hanging out with the God Squad in Luxurian. They love talking about their savior.
You were with the Order, but ditched them to come out here to be a gang leader.
Those priests aren't exactly my kind of people. I stuck around to look after Vanille, but then something else came up. I'm after the Clavis now. It's been sealed away for ages though, and no one's got even close to it. I was beginning to think I'd have to give up. But then you came along and worked your magic with that crux. How about we team up? I want to get that Clavis before the Order does. Help out a friend, Lightning?
How could I refuse an old friend? It'll be like old times, right?
All right. I'll show you what we have on the ruins. We've got lots to talk about. Like what the Order is up to. And Vanille, too. Anyway, we've got ourselves a deal. If you're going into those ruins, I'm coming too. We'll get that holy Clavis, and take down anyone that gets in our way.
Ok. Oh! Alors ça. Fang vous rejoint, elle choisit ses actions en fonction de l'altération d'état des ennemis, utilise judicieusement les compétences qui permettent d'en infliger pour agir de concert avec elle et obtenir un avantage stratégique. Oh mais non, mais j'ai pas de... non.
So the boss turned out to be someone you knew, Fang. You once fought alongside her many years ago.
You do realize that you did too, right? Yet you sure make it sound like it has nothing to do with you.
Well, yes, we did fight together once. A long, long time ago.
Bon, je t'avoue, la lance papillon, un peu osef. Bon. Pas tout ça. Moi, j'ai eu travaillé. Les runes, c'est où? C'est là-bas. Ok, très bien. Bon, on va aller au cimetière, du coup. Mais ouais, relou les trucs, les altérations d'état, j'ai pas envie.
Before you head out, it may be a good idea to talk the expedition through, to make sure we're on the same page.
Bracelet de sérénité. Résistance à la défaillance.
So what you're looking for is the Holy Clavis, a mystical relic said to gather the souls of the dead and believed to lie in the desert.
Allez.
Let's have some fun.
Let's have some fun. Et non, putain. Nul à chier.
But despite their best efforts, no one has even gotten close to it. I know all this.
Yes, but Light, you're forgetting one crucial thing. You managed to get the Crux to react to you because you're the savior. I'm sure you'll be able to break the seal that protects the Clavis.
Maybe. But if you want the truth, I'm more curious about...
Quoi, Fang peut pas mettre des altérations d'état elle-même, c'est une saboteur. C'est vrai.
I would assume that means she's decided to defy the Order for some reason, though I don't know why. She seems to want the Holy Clavis, but I don't know what for. Led, I know she's your friend, but do you suppose there's a chance she's hiding something from you?
Everyone has something they want to keep hidden. I'll wait till she's ready.
You really do trust her, don't you?
Of course. We were allies.
Ah, le temps. J'en ai plus beaucoup, mais j'accepte. Quoi? Ah, c'est une zone fermée. Je sais pas où est passé Fang.